my window. I can't stand
Yeah. Welcome to my window, where I'm transparent enough to let you use your screen to peer into my mind. So boom. Today's illustration is a little abstract, but hopefully you'll understand it by the time I complete this video. Excuse me. The illustration will turn out to be of a man immersed in reality, but unable to see it precisely for what it is in its entirety because of his own perceptions. He perceives the sky to be falling around him due to his own fears and acceptance of the truth. Now, reality already has the ability to contain abnormal qualities because he himself is abnormal. But he exaggerates this truth, and due to his own fears, his quote-unquote reality involves his own world crashing down because he's slowly being forced to accept the fact that everything he thought was true is actually much closer to a lie. And I feel like at some point in our lives, we all come to this point where we slowly begin to realize that perhaps everything we once thought to be complete truth isn't at all what we first perceived. Sort of like when I was a kid, when I found out Santa Claus was really my parents. Or when I discovered that Jesus Christ wasn't really white. He was tan. Stuff like that. Things we were convinced were true at one point were kind of crushed by the whole truth of the matter. And that's another reason why I believe in exchanging perspectives with other people, because they can really change your whole worldview in a single conversation. This is not to say that we shouldn't believe in anything, that's extreme. Maintain your views and your opinions, but be open to hearing someone else out and why they have those particular views. If you can have a civil conversation about alternative perspectives, it can be quite enlightening. For instance, two people can go to the same theme park, right? And have contrasting experiences, but once they share them, it's a little different. Or if I were to place another person in this illustration I'm drawing, right? They'd probably have a sunset sky falling instead of a night sky, despite the fact that they're both immersed in the same reality. They're just having incompatible experiences. Our perceptions govern what we believe to be truth. People often say things like, okay, your truth is yours and my truth is mine, all right? What's true for me is true for me, what's true for you is true for you. But then the problem becomes, okay, what if my truth says your truth is a lie? You could easily get that between many Muslims and many Christians. You ask them who God is, and they might say something different. You ask them who Jesus is, that's a whole nother story altogether. And then those same people could also come back around and say, well, each of these religions have a piece of the truth. There is no absolute truth because we can't attain that. But then by making that statement, right, one could argue, okay, if there's no absolute truth, then by you saying that there is no absolute truth, that itself is an absolute truth. Does that make sense? By saying there is no absolute truth and that cannot be attained, you are now making an absolute truth. So then it negates itself and we're back at square one. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So now we have a problem because people will clash and fight and argue because we all know there can only be one central truth and we all believe that we're right, regardless of whatever you believe. And this is often the case because people's stories about what the truth is conflicts with other accounts and it's not consistent. So that's what I want you to think about today. What do you think the truth is? Is it even possible to understand the truth in its entirety if we are always tied to our personal perceptions due to our experiences and personalities? Is there any way to be unbiased concerning the truth? Are there levels to attaining or sharing the absolute truth? I'm not sure yet, but I will tell you this, because you in my mind, hey, Jesus is the truth, the way, and the life, though. But that will lead into a whole different philosophical conversation that I'll save for later, because, well, this video's over. I don't want to ramble too much, but y'all know what to do. If you disagree with me, go ahead and comment. If you agree, go ahead and share. Go ahead and like. Y'all know how to subscribe. And let me know what y'all think.